episode, On to the Next Target, was a really good recap of the events that were going on the island while Sung Jin Woo were fighting, while the other S-rank hunters were fighting, and while all the other hunters on the island and on the mainland were fighting. And this episode picks up right in the aftermath of the fight between Beru, the Demon King, or I keep saying Demon King, but he's Beru the Ant King. And of course, he doesn't get his name until he actually gets arisen, but that's neither here nor there. But we start off with everyone looking out over the killed ants. And then we come over here with Sung Jin Woo looking over the body of a dying Cha Hain. And that's where he finally tells the meteor hunter that is with him to cut the cameras, because he's about to do the one thing that I didn't expect. Let me put myself back on the screen here. This was spoiled for me, actually, but that's okay because I still wanted to see it, because this is going to such a testament to Sung Jin Woo's powers, and he's displaying them in person to other people for the first time. Really, he actually goes in and raises from the dead none other than our man Ming Byung. And at first, it may seem like it's sacrilegious and everything, but we see right there. Here we go. We got Ming Byung, and yeah, actually it is sacrilegious, but that didn't stop him when he actually raised Iron from the dead as well and turned him into a shadow. There was some lore that was actually put out in regards to these shadows. I think they still retain a lot of their memories and their essence from when they were alive. And he alludes to that right here, because let me go fast forward through the. We're going to fast forward through all of that, and we're going to get right here. Ming Byung, right when he gets a raise, he comes right over and he immediately heals Cha Hain. And you can see the line that's right there. Sung Jin Woo did not tell Ming Byung to go heal Cha Hain. It's something that he did of his own accord. And you see the line right there, to immediately go and heal Hunter Cha without even being given the order. Sung Jin Woo goes on to say that that's a testament to how he was as a man when he was alive. And so he did something that is part of his character. And I think that's probably true about a lot of these shadows, at least the ones that are capable of speech, or capable I'm talking about when they were alive. They were capable of speech, they're capable of thought, they're capable of thinking. I think how can I put this? They still reflect what they were after they become in shadows. So when you see Iron running around wanting to fight, engage in battle, that's how he was when he was alive. When you see Egress doing the same, that's how he was when he was alive. And the same go for the ogres, and the same will be for Beru when we'll get to that shortly. Hunter Ming Byung was not a fighter. He was a healer. He was someone that always stayed in the back of the lines, helping out his friends and comrades. And that's what we're going to get right here. Bayek is making a plea to Sung Jin Woo to not send Ming Byung to the battlefield. And you know, that's actually because him bringing Ming Byung back to life with that awesome healing power. Sung Jin Woo would be the most powerful. He probably already is the most powerful hunter on the earth. But if he brought back Ming Byung with that healing power, oh my goodness, he'd be unstoppable. He can be able to do all kinds of things. But instead, he listens to Bayek's plea and reminds him that the first time that he put his hand on his shoulder, he was giving him an order. But this time around, he's giving him an earnest plea. He's making an earnest plea of Jin Woo to do what is right and not to do something that might be against the interest of that shadow. So Jin Woo does one thing that he's never done before. He releases he releases the shadow of Ming Byung so that he may die and rest in peace. And of course, this is a really cool shot right here because as he's disappearing, he shoots a smile to Bayek. Let me pull that up right here. That's Bayek after he sees it. But Ming Byung is looking over to Bayek. Bayek is looking back at him, and there's that smile that he's flashing to his friend, his one dear friend, to let him know that he's going off to a better place. And Bayek responds by turning away. You know, it's always touching when you see a stoic man just let the tears flow. You know, I'm not saying that you should always do it all the time, man. No, don't do that. Don't do that or anything like that. But when you know that's something that's touching to your heart, when you lose a loved one, a good friend, or you see something that really hits you in the feels, and you just let a small tear come and show your humanity. That's a very manly thing to do. I think a lot of people get it mistaken that if a man cries or if a man sheds a tear, that somehow that's showing weakness. Nah, that's not showing weakness. I mean, if Bayek was a real person, would anybody walk up to him and say, "Man, stop crying. You're a man"? Nah, I don't think so. So I actually like that right there. So in this scene right here, the Japanese, I don't know. I think Chugong and kind of made the Japanese seem a little more sinister. They were doing an underplot, and they were talking about should we execute Plan 9, whatever Plan 9 was. Well, that all got busted because they've lost the Hunter president right here is saying it's a nightmare. We lost actually not half, 70% of your S-rank hunters. Japan is in a tough spot, so you gotta kind of pare back, and they didn't look to be all that strong to begin with. So he tells them to retreat, and here we got all these other hunters that are out here fighting these ants because when Beru died, the ants were all just basically free from command from the king, free from command from the queen. And they just started dispersing all over the place. Hey, we're going to have to go out there and kill these ants and everything and stop them from getting to the mainland. But apparently there's thousands of them, and they're struggling against them. They're fighting at the best that they can. We see right here the S-rank hunters as they're escaping. They're saying that they're heading towards the mainland, but they have to get out of there because they if I can get the right screen right here, we see Meng Dong-wook carrying Cha Hain. Like, I don't know why he's carrying her like that. I mean, dude's big. He's just carrying her one arm. But I digress. He's carrying Cha onto the plane. Here's Bayek carrying his dear friend Ming Byung, trying to get back on the plane, on the helicopter to get out of there. So they have to worry about getting off the island. And this guy right here, I don't know his name, but I like how he's dressed up like a dark mage from Final Fantasy. I'm gonna start calling he's Dark Mage. He's dressed up like a dark mage from Final Fantasy. Dark Mage says, "What about Hunter Sung?" And everybody, all the S-rank hunters that are getting on the plane say, "Man, all we're gonna do is just get in the way. We just slow him down. He'll take care of all the ants by himself." And as you can see, we got Gargan, Shadow Tusk is his name now, going out there, burning them down, getting experience from smashing unhatched eggs and a nice surprise. Hey, I like getting easy experience points too. Who doesn't like getting easy experience points? I'm playing a first Berserker Kazan right now. By the way, get that game, an excellent game. For me, it's a 9 out of 10. It really goes in there. It takes the Dark Souls formula and it puts its own unique flair and spin on it, which I really like. I don't say anything against the Dark Souls clones, the straight Dark Souls clones like Lies of P. Lies of P is a straight Dark Souls clone. Although it does put its own flair on it, it's still a pretty good game. But no, first Berserker Kazan, definitely pick that one up. Anyways, in that game, they have some dying soldiers that are laying on the ground. Now, this sounds kind of wrong, but hey, they're free experience points. You just do a power slash on them, and you kill them, and you get free points. Why not? They're there. They're breathing. They give you free points. You should take them. So anyways, pick up first Berserker Kazan, pick up Lies of P. And it's kind of interesting that I'm saying this all, those Koreans, they're on point, aren't they? Solo leveling, first Berserker Kazan, Stellar Blade, Lies of P, first Descendant. The Koreans are on point. The Chinese are getting up there too. The Japanese up there. Hey, Western gaming. Come on, let's get on that. Anyways, back to solo leveling. Let's go. So finally, our boy Sung Jin Woo hits level 100 after doing all of that. And now finally he gets ready to go over here. He's standing over the body of Beru. Or right now, he's the Nameless King right now. He's the Nameless King. By the way, Nameless King in Dark Souls 3, he was a bitch to fight. I love Dark Souls. I think Dark Souls 3 is better than Elden Ring. So I will fight you on that too. Dark Souls 3 is the best Souls game in my opinion. I will fight you on that. Anyways, again, back to solo leveling. Nameless Ant King. He's standing over him, and as he's trying to raise him, something happens to our man Sung Jin Woo. He gets sucked into a dark place. Says, did something happen during the extraction? Well, apparently something did, because you're in a dark place. But then he comes back, and this is a unique type of extraction, shadow extraction, as we're seeing here. See the big Rasengan type ball. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. It looks like a Rasengan. Naruto Rasengan. If you guys have not seen Naruto, if you're watching this and you haven't seen Naruto, go watch Naruto. But anyways, this looks like a dark Rasengan. And this is a really nice, interesting way for Shadow to be born. And we see, let's see, where we go. There we go. We see a Nameless Ant King, Beru. Okay. Well, we're just gonna call him Beru. We see Beru in all his shadow glory right there. And then the surprising thing is, you see the look of Sung Jin Woo, because Beru is talking to him and says, wait a minute, you can talk? Shadows can talk? And then that's when we look right here. This is a general rank, the first general shadow for our man Sung Jin Woo. Bestow a name on him, and we all know what name he bestows upon him. We name thee Beru, the Ant King. Beru, the Shadow King. And then we also see over here that Sung Jin Woo was using the Demon Monarch sword, which was pretty cool when he was spinning that thing all around really fast and everything, cutting and then throwing out lightning, cutting down ants. Really, really cool. Really like that. All right, so now we're all getting, he gives him a command to go out and thin out the numbers of ants out there. And our guy Beru just gets to work killing these ants. He saves this guy from being killed off. You know, Sung Jin Woo's being a guardian angel. I don't know, but I think it saved us. Congratulations, Beru. You have just worked for the good of humanity. All right, we're going to keep going forward here. We see that the escaping helicopter is having struggles against all those ants coming. The Dark Mage is putting up some type of shield, which is still when in Final Fantasy lore, only white mages could put up shields. I don't remember Dark Mages putting up shields or anything like that. But you're dressed like a Dark Mage, so I'm gonna still call you a Dark Mage. So the Dark Mage is sitting there putting up a nice light shield, and of course, I hate this. We all hate this when these two, these two are warriors. But you ain't got wings. You still got to pay attention to the laws of gravity. So you got to sit there and be little bitches for the time being until you can get on land. But that's when our man, Sung Jin Woo, shows up. In the end, he saved us once again. I'm pretty sure Choi is getting pissed off at all this, because Choi looks like he's a proud man. He still is called the Ultimate Weapon. I don't think he can really hold that title anymore, considering the powers that Sung Jin Woo has shown off to the entire world, because the entire world saw this on video. He's not going to be able to say that. And here we get a nice recap. This is a nice picture, by the way. I used this picture for my solo leveling preview, but I like this look of Sung Jin Woo looking off into the bright light, having that look of satisfaction. It's a look of relief, not a look of satisfaction, a look of relief that the nightmare is over, that the nightmare of the Jeju Island is over. And we get over here, we see a lot of these hunters that are just celebrating. I can't wait for a lot of these hunters to start appearing in Solo Leveling Arise. By the way, make sure you guys check out my Solo Leveling Arise streams. Come visit me. We have a really good community that's building up there, and we will welcome anybody to come, even if you don't play the game. Come over, just listen to me chat a bit and chat with you guys. So, but we did Gina. Gina definitely is in the game, and I think this is Bora Lee. Bora Lee is definitely in the game. These two are definitely off in there. Gina in the game. Oh my God. Woo-wee. Woo-wee. But you see that they're having a good time celebrating. Got the S-Rank Hunters coming back. Our country's S-Rank Hunters returned safely. They put their all in. Lim Tai-yu hanging on Ma Dong-wook. Bayek looking satisfied. Shirtless right there, ladies. Don't get too excited there. Choi over here still got that slash across his chest. I tell you, these guys put the work in. We see Go Gun Hee and Woo Jin Chul looking out. Go Gun Hee's got that face of satisfaction because this is the 4th raid on Jeju Island. I think he participated in the first and second one, but it was finally able to get it done. So, hey, if he may not have been able to fight with the youngins, but it was dealt with. The Jeju Island is over. We have won. The 4th Jeju Island raid has ended in the victory for humanity. Congratulations, South Korea, Japan, even though you were trying to be sneaky behind there. Yeah, we'll give you a little bit of that. You guys lost 7 of your fighters while fighting on this island, so we'll give you some kudos on that too. But as we get forward, this is where we're going to be introduced to this guy, Li Zhangzhang, who's a national level S rank hunter for China. You see all these ants coming out to get ready to take care of that. The line down there, our country's hero seems to want a bit of exercise. And we get to see his demonstration of power. You see them charging up there. Let's send every last one of them to a watery grave. And he loves using those dual swords. He sends out this big giant X. And there he goes, powering up. Well, I'm going to get the X. Here we go. There's the X. He just brings his swords across and throws out is it like a light wave? I think he's probably going to be, if he comes to solo leveling Arise, it'll probably either be fire or light. Looking at the way his aura was around him. Hopefully he which one do I want? Light maybe? Nah, Thomas Andre is already light. So let's make him fire. I hope he comes in as fire, but we will just have to wait and see on that. Anyways, we see that big giant X coming out, getting ready to engage with those ants. And of course, this being an anime, across all those ants. And then we cut back, we see it right in front of all these warships. And then lastly, where is it? Here's the quote from Li Zhangzhang. If I'd gotten a crack at the black ant instead of these peons, I might have actually had some fun. There we go. If I had gotten a crack at those peons, I like this shot right here. I might have actually had a fun. And then he goes, what a shame. All right. So now we're getting towards the end. There's a ceremony. We have Sung Jin Woo coming up to the table to honor all the fallen that have fought on Jeju Island. And of course, within the anime, within the world, there is a controversy. Okay? You know that in my prior episode, when what was it, episode 11? when Ming Byung got gutted and all those people were getting fought, and I said that Sung Jin Woo was a bitch for letting that happen. Well, guess what? This is the controversy within the anime itself. Some people are all happy that Sung Jin Woo, he came in at the nick of time, did everything, but at the same time, like, man, maybe if you had all those powers, why didn't you just show up at the beginning? See right there, with some saying that it would not have been a success without his participation. That's right. But then at the same time, many are questioning whether or not there would have been few casualties had he participated from the start. That is my mindset. He should have participated from the start. Ming Byung-gu would not have died. A lot of those Japanese S-rank hunters would not have died, but of course, the Korean, is it really the Koreans' responsibility to make sure the Japanese survive? I digress. But anyways, that's my mindset. He should have done it from the beginning. But of course, if he did participate from the beginning, we would not have been able to get the best cliffhanger of any show that I've ever seen. Exchange. So I will be a little forgiving for that. Don't know about how people in the people in the world couldn't see it like we could. We thought it was all good, but they probably thought it was shit that he did what he did. But I digress. Anyways, that's where our man, and we see that Ming Byung-gu right there, smiling, resting in peace. Thank you, Sung Jin Woo, for respecting Bayek's wishes and showing that humanity there to not force someone to fight against his will. Although you could have done that, but that shows how much of a man you are. And we see Bayek coming here. You see Bayek tell him, hey, hold your head up high. No matter what the public thinks, you're the one who put an end to this tragedy, which is absolutely correct. Even though you showed up, Sung Jin Woo is not a god. He probably can become as powerful as one, but he's not a god. So he can't be everywhere at the same time. He can't expect that everyone on Earth needs someone to come and save them. So yeah, I agree with that. Even though I still am of the position he should have been dead to begin with. But so that's something really nice that Bayek tells him, hey, you've done what you can do. And so we're just going to go forward here. Go Gun-hee, Sung Jin Woo finally tells Go Gun-hee that he wants to start his own guild, the future, sir. And we're going to go forward. This raid resulted in your power being demonstrated on an international level. That's what I mentioned before. Got demonstrated on an international level. Everyone on Earth saw his power, except for the power to raise people from the, or at least raise the shadows of dead people, which is a monumental power. So he was able to go ahead and do that. But right now it's been recognized on an international level. No one's going to leave the guy alone. The association can ignore that, which is absolutely correct. And obviously the Korean government wouldn't ignore it. The United States government wouldn't ignore it. The Japanese government won't ignore it. Russians, all over. Every country would recognize that this guy is a national level, the potential of a national level S-rank hunter. So no one would ignore that. So he has to figure out what he wants to do. He said, he said, what do you want to do? And we have right here the smiling Sung Jin Woo. I'm going to start my own guild. All right, there we go. Now we got season 3 all set up. But I'm going to get back to that in just a minute. So we're going to go forward. In this part right here, if you know what's going on in this part, try to keep your stuff to a minimum. But go ahead and theorize and everything and drop hints as to where everything is going. We have the cleanup crew, which, by the way, I wouldn't mind watching a separate anime with these guys. Cleanup crew, kind of something similar to what was going on in the Avengers. If you guys know Spider-Man Far From Home, the Vulture, Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm sorry, I got that all mixed up. Spider-Man Homecoming, Vulture was part of a cleanup crew from the Avengers. I wouldn't mind looking at side stories like that. I think that would be really cool right here. So we're gonna go forward. They're in this cave, and some important lore stuff is happening here. This is off in the distance. These guys are coming there to clean up some ants. I think that guy just cut an ant. He's looking down at it, and then out of the corner, we see him say, "Who the hell are you? This place is off limits." And this guy right here, I don't know who this guy is, but I don't think he is of this world. I don't think he's of this world. He's able to open red gates. And then right behind him is another guy that appears. And where is that? Right there. These are the fingers of a blue elf. He makes their. I thought he made their heart stop, but he didn't. Instead, he said he put them to sleep. All the noise they were making was bothering me. So we got this old elf coming out, and they're talking about something. Yeah, it was definitely his power. I'm assuming they were talking about Sung Jin Woo, who actually has the power of the Shadow Monarch. Maybe that's who they're talking about. Or maybe they might be talking about someone else. I don't know. Like I said, don't drop too many hints in the comments or anything like that. I want to find this out through my own discovery, and I'm pretty sure people who are watching want to find it out through their own discovery as well. So keep that to a minimum. And so these two guys are just talking amongst themselves, and then this blue elf right here, he opens up a blue gate and steps through it. Then, like I said, the other one right here, he's looking over everything, and then he starts to open a red gate. So I'm assuming, is he more powerful than the other guy? And then off here in the corner, we see Sung Jin-woo's daddy, Sung Il-hom or something. I forgot. Sung Il-hom, or how do you say his first name? He's observing all this. I wonder if they noticed he was there. Usually in these types of series, these characters can sense the presence of others based on their spiritual energy or mana presence or mana essence, whatever. So I wonder if they knew he was there. So after all this, we get some light banter from Sung Jin Woo. And he's talking. He's talking to his little brother and the other girl that comes in because they want to be part of the guild that he's wanting to build. He gets a call from Gogun Hee. There's a B rank gate that's opening up. It's going to be a while before the other hunters are able to make it. And Sung Jin Woo says, "I'll be fine solo," and that's absolutely true. He will be fine solo. Of course, the gate turns red. And then we just get this right here. Why do bad things always happen to you? Because, hey, you're the protagonist. That's why. But you can't say that. That'd be too much. And so we got all these shadows that are just rising up. All these shadows that are just rising up here. Got Beru. And then, of course, we got right here. He says, "Let's make this quick." Cha Hyena is looking off into the distance with Choi. She says she wants to stand by his side. We know what she means by that. She wants to try to mess him up. Nah, I'm just playing. If you know the story, you know what happens with Cha and Sung Jin Woo. She says she wants to get stronger to be able to stand by his side, which is a good goal. We're getting a little recap right here. We see the shadows getting ready to enter the battle against all those A-rank enemies. We see Mong Dog-wook and Lim Tai-yu stretching out to stay strong. Dungeons are worlds where survival is all that matters. It's correct. That's because there's no telling when the roles might be reversed. You're always one step away from death. Kargalgan that we see right there. But the hunters are still willing to fight, or no matter how much stronger those enemies might be. They've all got different reasons for fighting, to uphold their ideals. This is a really cool shot of Choi and Bayek, Woo Jin Chul in the back, and then there's Gogun Hee powering up, because these two are always competing against one another. And then we got this nice shot of Cha Haim to prove who they are. So nice and pretty. And then we have Beru, Ant King Beru, standing atop a mound of bodies, king of the hill. And then we finally start to shoot out with this look of all these national level hunters. Well, except for Wong Dong Suk, the one at the bottom there. There's Wong Dong Suk right there. I think this is Alberto Martinez, or that's his name. It's Christopher Reed, or maybe that's Liu Zhang. To me, they look about the same, but I think that's Liu Zhang. And then you guys can jump in the comments and correct me if I'm wrong about either of those. But this one right here is definitely Thomas Andre. He stands alone above all. And then finally, we get out with this really, look at that. Look at all these soldiers he has on his side. And they're just split apart, observing their Shadow King as he unbuckles his tie. He's got his eye right there. On to the next target. So that pretty much is where everything is. There's a really cool banger song at the end of all of this. Overall, this episode was really great. I think it was a really good summation of everything that took place during the season. You know, we started off with the image of hope, bringing Ming Byung back to life, or as a shadow rather, so that he could help Cha. Saw the final outcome of the battle against the ants. We see Sung Jin Woo pull resurrect Beru as a shadow. We got a lot of lore building off in there. A lot of mysteries that is a good setup for the next season and on. And a really great ending. I like this. And the way this ends, me personally, I don't think they actually were planning on doing a second season or a third season, but the second season turned out to be so damn popular, they said, you know what, we need to go in there and do a third season. Because the way this ends right here, it's a perfect ending for a second season, and to say, oh, we're going off into the sunset, we're not going to do this anymore. I like this episode. 9 out of 10 for me. So I'm gonna have to go back and do a retrospective and look at season 1 and season 2. And I got my first manhwa, chapter manhwa, volume 1 coming in. So expect a lot of solo leveling content from me. This is only the beginning for me. On to the next target, just as it says. What did this episode mean to you? What did you guys think about this episode? Jump down in the comments and let me know. And remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you'll be notified when I post a video. And remember, this is Chris Bolts signing off, and I will catch you in the next episode or video. On to the next target. Take it easy.